Hi guys, in this video we're going to see some Laravel helper functions for handling the complex arrays. So let's get started. I'm going to add a few basic arrays here, a simple array. Now here we have just the values, and at the last value has a further array of single value. Now also I have the array keys as string and the boolean as the value, so these two. So to work with the array functions in the Laravel, the first one I want to show you is the dynamically adding the CSS classes. So what we do basically, and after that you call the class of the function. So here I say C, so this is the function and it takes the array. So here I'm going to pass this array a variable, and let's output this. Now if I refresh here, we get here class 1, class 3. The thing is that class 1 has true set as a value and class 3 set as a true as a value. So if I switch this, in that case we get this, class 1, class 2. So you get the idea. When you're dealing with data and you're having data coming from database, you can use your data something like this. You can pass boolean values, and in your HTML, for example, you might have a class, and there you can pass the variable like this. All you need to do is put your output variable. So I'm just gonna copy and paste it here. So this way, so this class might be, you might be having it in div, and you might have it something like this. So this is going to output those two classes this way, and it is going to add there, and you might have some CSS that is working on these classes, so it's going to be useful. Now we can set values in array and get values in array. We know that in quite simple way. In Laravel we can do it in multi-label. So let me show you how we do it. So after that we are going to get the value. So here we say here data underscore set, all right? And when we say set, we can set the value. So for setting the value, I want to use a type of array where we can see the more appropriately. So I'm going to copy the array here. Let's copy here. So this is the array where we are going to set the value. And here the second argument is going to be the way of parameters you want to set the value. So here I say here products. All right, and then I put dot, and this dot will go inside a further array. So I say here desk, and then further array price, and I say set this price to 200. All right, so this is a value we're setting, and I'm going to pass this products array here. All right, so here now let's even get, so I refresh. All right, we need to remove this for this particular case and save this, go back and refresh. Now here we have two arrays. If you see the products array, we have products, and inside we have a product. So this is by default previously there, and the products here. So if I get products, we get products desk, and then inside it price, and we have only 200. So this is something we just added. Now if you want to update this particular array, we can remove this S. Now this time it will go there, then so let's do that. So I save this, refresh. This time we go product, and it is having the price there. So it's these values are in array. That's why we have 0, 1, 2 here, and this added this value right after this last array. So we have here price 200. I might want to update this particular 230. So to do that, I need to say that go inside a particular product, and for that we have here a monitor, so which is 0, 1, 2. So I will say here 2 dot, and go there, refresh, open, and we get price 200. So here it is 230, and here now it is 200. So it is just updating that value because it just got it from that index. So this way you can update the values in deeper array. Now let's say if we want to get the value, here I say get the value. For obviously for getting value we don't need to pass any value, we're just going to pass the array. So here we set the value. I'm going to put this here, single dollar, and I say get the price. All right, so here we are setting it to, let's set it to, let's say 440, let's say. So we're setting it to 40. We don't have 40 there, so we will set 40, and then we're getting to get. We say here get. All right, let's see, refresh, we get 40. So it is getting the value from deeper array. So you get the idea. You pass products, it goes in product, and it goes in price, where the index is 2. Now you might have a loop where you might want to use this and get the value of each, because if I pass here 1, it is going to get me to 70. So let's see that. So we get 70. So yeah, this is something useful you can use. And there is another interesting function from Laravel where we can convert our array into a query. So let's see that. So you need to call query simply. Now for array, we have these 3 arrays. I'm going to pass simple array. Okay. Now we have output and it in here. So let's refresh. So you can see here we get name and model and price and feature. So it's just converted to query, and in your code you might want to use it somewhere where you want to. Bigger projects bring bigger data, and you will be sorting that data as well. Sorting is good, and you can do it using simple functions in PHP, but in Laravel we get a lot of benefits. So let's see how we can do that. So here I have the array query. I'm going to convert this query. So to see this works, we have here this products. So I'm just going to change this because it has some values with different. Now it's not going to sort. Let's see. We have product and we have DCM, and that's why, because we have this array inside product. So what I do, I simply pass the product, because values is inside there. So you can see that it's not ordered currently, and if I save this and go there, refresh, and you can see the keys already changed, and we have the values here. It's working perfectly. Now, this is the basic sorting that we just did in here with products, but I want to show you some complex stuff. So let's do that. So we currently have products array and this simple array here. So I want to add a complex array, which is going to be deep level. So here I'm going to copy and paste to save time, and here I'm going to pass that array. Now let me zoom out a bit so we can see. So we have a complex array where we have people data, where we have one person's data. So John, he has houses, and this house first has the array inside it and the other doesn't. Then you have sites, then the directions. We have array here, and inside there is another array, and the products, and a lot of things going on in this one. So what we do, I'm going to copy this complex array, and we are going to use a function. It's going to be recursive. All right, and we're going to pass our variable. So semicolon is required. So this is going to sort everything recursively. So let's see. Go here, refresh. We get this data side by side. Let's see how it looks. So here I have this people data. So I open this. You can see that it's sorted already. If we go inside sites, you can see we have here east west, north south, here east north southwest. So it's changed already. If we go to houses, you can see there too we have the sorting working. We have products. Let's see products. So you can see it's a deep level sorting going on here. So we have chair, desk, monitor. So it's something that is it's sorted inside that array as well. Now we have this this array inside it. So let's see that one. So I think it's here. Yeah, it's here. So you can see this is sorted. Inside this array we have KOQT. So this is also sorted. So yeah, you can see that how good is this function. We just added the array and it recursively sorted all the values. Now another type of function that I really like is a flatten array. Now I want to pass the complex array in this one because we want to have, let's refresh. Now you can see that it went into all these values. So name, John, age. It is just taking all the values simply and just making a single array. So we have 33 values in that particular array in a deeper level, but it just got all those values here. Now, this can be useful when you're dealing with complex data, and you might want in some case values from few arrays. You can pass those arrays in a single array, and then you can pass that in this flatten, so it's gonna give you all the data as you like. Now let's see example how we can check what type of array we are dealing with. So if we don't know what data we are getting from database and we want to check, so and it is going to tell us if this array is associative array. So if I go there, we get true. Now let's say, do we have a simple array? No. What here? Dollar numbers, and now we can pass this. So here now we see this becomes false. This is not an associative array. So I'm just going to say here add, and I'm going to add an array here to see the different type of data, because I have this complex array but it's too big to work with. So I'm just going to add here another array, and this is a mixed array, so we have this much data here already. So okay, now I'm going to use this array for this example here in a pass name, and then pass well, let's say menu. So pass this name, and we want to check it. So let's go refresh. Now you see here we have people. We are getting the values in index, and here you can see that. And at last it added the menu name, so it works just fine. Now if I want to add it in the 7th place, the name only, or the data of array, so what we can do in that case, we simply say here 7, we put comma, and we're just telling them put it in 7th place. So this is an array we are passing. So refresh, we get 7, we get array, and we get name. We get it can be useful in some scenarios. Now let's see an example if you want some filter data out of an array. So for example, I have this mixed array, and I want values from inner arrays, and I don't want the value from this very array. So for example, these 4 values, Roger, Mark, 1 to 3, these are the values we don't want. We only want the arrays, data from these arrays, like this array here and this array here. All the data from these arrays I want to get. So there is a function provided in Laravel that can be used to save our time. So we're just gonna use that. It is collapse, and here I'm just going to remove name and other arguments. Now it's going to get us the values. So refresh here. Now let's go to the array back. We have people array, we have John 32, we're getting those values here. We are not getting Roger and Mark 1 to 3. Now we are not getting that. We are getting 1 2 here. We get A, B, and 1 2. You can see that. So if this can be useful if you're getting data from database, and at some level you want only the nested arrays, so you can use the collapse helper from array Laravel. Now let's see how we can remove values from array. So here we have the collapse. I'm just going to comment this one out, and I'm going to put this here. Now to remove a value, we need to use a function pull, and for this I'm going to use a simple array, and I'm going to call this numbers. Let's do that. So I'm just going to put numbers here, and I'm going to pass the key, which key we want to remove. So here I say, let's say key 2. Alright, so here we go here, refresh. You will see we got the key, the value of it, 2, so we got 3. Now if I print this numbers, so if we're printing output, which is here, if I print, just put comma here and numbers, you will see the number 3 is not there. So we see here 1, 2, let's compare it with the array. So we have array here, so you see the index 2 is gone, and that value is gone. So if I change index 2 to index 3, so this 565 should be gone. So let's see here, refresh. Now it's showing up there, but it's not in array anymore. So this can be useful. Now the only thing you need to make sure whatever key you are passing is present there. So let's see if you want to remove one of the products. So what do I do? So I'm just going to copy and paste this. And inside product, I will say pass this key product. So we want to go inside it. And in product, we have 3 products. So we have 0, 1, 2, and these are arrays. So if I say here, let's remove 1, we need to pass this here to see the outcome. Alright, save that, refresh. Now you will see here we have chair 70 showing up there, but here we have 0 and 2, 1 index is gone, and there is no chair anymore. Now let's further do some data operation on our arrays. So here in the use is going to save it, go there, we get the first value, John, age 32, we go here, the first value is people, key, and the value is this, it simply got the value. Now let's do this. I'm going to pass the numbers, and I'm going to pass numbers like this, because this first method can do further operation than just getting the first value. So here we can pass a function, and this function gets a if dollar value is more than something. So let's say what we should get. So we have here numbers 1 to maximum 565, which is the only number here, over 100. So we can pass that. If the number value put, and it should give us the output. Let's see. So we get 565 because it is more than 100. So if I say if it is more than, let's say the second highest number is 78, so we can say here, okay, if it is less than 100 and dollar value is more than 70, do we have any value? Which is 78, so we get the 78. So you get the idea. We get the value based on operation. Now we can also do one thing here, that if we say if the number is less than, let's do this. I'm just going to copy this. I comment this one and just put here like this, and I say if the value is more than 700, which is not present there, so we get null. So you can put some kind of validation. But here, if I put comma and then put here 12, for example, and go there, we get 12. The thing is, in this function Laravel helper, we can pass a default value. So if we are not getting any output after the operation, we will get that value, which is the default and given as there. So we can do that, and we have 12. So if I pass here anything, that is going to be default, and comments this one out. The same way here we can say last. So it operates similarly. So refresh, you will get the default value here. I can change it 23. Get 23. Now if I simply use last and remove everything, so I do just like this and refresh, we get 45, because that is the last value. So by default it gives us the last value, but if you want to put the operation into it, you can do the operation. Alright, let's see a few more functions here. Now I'm going to comment this one out, and here I'm going to paste these functions, so like this, and let's see quickly how these work. So first one is the accept. So we are just passing the keys here. From these keys we don't want values, accept these keys, get all the values. So if I go here and refresh, we get that key 4, 5, 6 values. If we go to the array, it's here. So we're getting those values, but we are not getting Roger, Mark, 1, 2, 3. So if I change here, if I remove 2 keys from there, you will see that we will be getting the key and data with these 2 keys too. So that's how it works. Now the next one is exists. We just pass the array and the key, and we check if it exists. So if I go here, refresh, it says true, so we have 0 key there. So if I say here, let's check if there is key 20 present in this array, it gives us false. So you might want to check before inserting data or deleting data. You can do that. Previously we saw the data get. Now this time we're going to check the array get. So this function, what exactly it does, we pass the array, we tell this is the value we need to get. If you don't get the value, give us the default value. So we have 0 here. So save this and refresh here, we get 0. Now if I go to products.price, inside products, what we get? So we go here, we have products array, inside there we have product, then we have name and price. The thing is, these are coming as a value, and there is an index 0, 1, 2, because this is inside a big array. You can see that this array is starting here. So we can't straight away say product.price, we need to give the key. So here, that's why it is going to 0. So if I say here dot and pass here key 1, this time it will go product, key 1 is 0, 1, which is chair, and then price, and we should get 70. So let's say I refresh, we get 70. So this goes there. So if you have you want to get the value, you might want to pass here value dynamically. That can be done here. It can be very useful. If you don't get the value, you can pass some default value, and that can be useful too. So this has, it's quite simple. It is going to check the value for us. So if I refresh here, it says false. And the same way, we haven't passed the key here. So if I pass here, dots are 0, and refresh, then it says true because it's present. So I'm just going to remove it because it's not present. So that says it works. So I'm just going to comment this one now. Now the another one is random, so I'm just going to remove this, comment this one, and remove this comment. So it is saying random products. Now products has only one value in this case, so that is not the right array, because if you see here only one key, so it's not going to work. So I'm just going to pass numbers, and here let's pass numbers and refresh. We get 67, and if I go to array we get 67 here from array, then we get this, then we get 3, then we get 67, then we get, randomly each time we refresh it, it just gets to know. The same way we can work with the shuffle. Shuffle will get us the complete array, not a single number, but shuffled. So I'm just going to pass array here as numbers. I say refresh. Sorry about that, the spellings are not right, so it's going to be shuffled like this. Refresh, we get the shuffle number. Refresh, you will see each time it is changing the position. So now the other one we need to see is the prepend. In some cases you might want to add some value before in the first place in the array, so you can do that. We have 0 mark then product, and that's not the right array to put mark there, so we can do let's put a simple array. That makes more sense as we are inserting the name. So refresh, you get the 0 mark, then name, desk, and all that. So you can see simply that the first value is inserting there. However, this array doesn't make any sense, the type of data we inserted, because we are passing the value with the 0 index. So if the index is in string, you might not want to use this one. Before ending this video, I want to show you one last data working function and run. You can use it on any array, and you can pass a function. So I say here function, and then we are going to do some operation on it. So here I say $value, and we have access to $key, and here then we can work with it. Now if you are not going to use key, don't define it here. So I'm just going to remove it in that case, and here I'm just going to say var dump. Alright, refresh, we get all the values. So if we want to do some operations, and we simply say return, and it is going to return the value. So we have array of that particular value in the ID as well. So we have the key as well as the value, so you can use that one. If you say here more than 40, you will get more values. So this can be useful in way more better way when you're dealing with a lot of data, and it can save a lot of time. So you might want to use it. The code for this video is in the link in the description. Also, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.